Hey there, everybody. It's Habage. Glad you're here with me. We're going to play some hardcore vanilla Minecraft. That's right. As we're inclined to do, we definitely enjoy going and checking out our world called Toehold on Eternity. And I think one of the things we're going to do today is kind of take a step back. We're definitely following through with our plan. And for everybody who's been watching from the previous episodes, you already know what's going on. We're going to try to relocate that bastion. But we have been so busy on this barn and other associated activities with it that we really haven't just talked the game much. I'm inclined to talk my random thoughts and stories and all that, and I enjoy getting the chance to do that. But over the weeks and months and whatnot, however, whenever you may have last watched, or if you're new here, welcome. Thanks so much for dropping by. Hope you enjoy Minecraft and my little take on it, but haven't really just stepped back within the game itself and talked about kind of how I approach Minecraft, and what I find is really enjoying in having a game that has lasted for me. Given me years of enjoyment, literally. I think quite a few, maybe 2013 or so. I don't know. I can't be sure of when I last really played. But here's the big dilemma we ran into. We can go check this out a bit. This is our first fortress, and we processed it a bit into a nice wither skeleton farm. It's spread out. It's nice, and for what that means, we basically just leveled out a lot of the area on it, and I'm not really equipped to deal with it, so oh boy, like I said, not equipped. Oh man, and then I thought I was going to get sweeping edge from that pig. So yeah, it's a cool little farm. We've got the wither effect right now, but in the process we lost a bastion that's, is that it over there? Or is that just the edge of the... No, there's a... Yeah. Blazes. So this is all the fortress. Let's go here. Yeah. It's called the chop and shot technique. So again, what we're beginning with here is this is really important actually. Because again, if you're new here, you don't know what we just walked away from, which is our building of a barn, a traditional Midwestern United States big red barn. And we are getting close, but we ran just short of materials for the roof and some of the little decorative elements. So we're really here to gather up some of that. The place that I would like to do most of that gathering is around a bastion remnant, and that is a terrain feature here in the Nether. this being the Nether, I guess I should back up because a lot of what I was really talking about here, or was planning to, was kind of, taking it back to, if you don't know Minecraft, you're probably going, what is this all about? I hear about Minecraft, I don't get it. For a lot of folks, it's kind of a, isn't this a kid's game type reaction? Because for a lot of folks, that's the exposure. If you're a parent or something, your kids may have grown up on this, and so you may have known about creepers and all that, but you may not have ever touched the game yourself. And I'm here to tell you, as an adult man, it is high time that the kids have moved on, or some of them. It definitely has a staying power among all ages, and has a perpetual audience, right? I think there's a lot of younger folks that grow up with it, but it's pretty natural, especially as you're growing up, to have changing tastes and kind of, oh, I played that when I was a kid. I'm outgrown it. But yeah, for parents and all that have had kids grow up, there's going to be a point where the cool kids are like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And that's pretty clearly the case with Minecraft, aside from updates. And there's a big new one coming here shortly, which is the 1.18 release. Always gets a bit of a resurgence there, and creators will come back in. But creators such as myself, I think one of the things that we really enjoy here is that it's non-linear. There's no beginning or end. You can mix up the content, and that really talks about how I've found such long-lasting enjoyment out of this game, and that is that you can have all different kinds of experiences within a same world, just day to day, what you're feeling, what you're working on, and that's the thing I kind of wanted to talk about. I really approach the game through 3 phases, and I don't say you have to do one before the other, anything like that. In fact, I try to keep myself fresh with the game by alternating as often as is practical or as I need it between the 3 styles myself. And those are, I know you're gonna come after me or not. Where's he going? Well, dude, there are too many pigmen around for you to be just running around crazy like this. Whew. Okay. I do not know what we did with that bastion. In case that's not clear to anybody who has been watching before, totally lost it. It's a shame. We'd started kind of digging out around it. I mean, I guess that's one of the advantages of having a world. I could go back through and look through old episodes to find where we were working on it, and go back to that area. But I know it's kind of around here, and we'll just keep grabbing some of this quartz as we go through here. Again, that will process up our, or help us finish up our barn build project. So again, 3 different kind of approaches or segments of the game that I like to keep in mind when I'm playing Minecraft or producing content like this, any of that. And those are adventure or advancements. And advancements are a little kind of they used to be called achievements, and just, I don't know, branding, whatever. They swapped the name at one point. But yeah, advancements are kind of, ways, if you aren't familiar with a game maybe, or are stuck for ideas, things to do, they kind of build in a bit more structure for players and say, hey, you need a goal. Are you a goal-oriented type person that really, needs to be focused on the next thing? Well, if you are, great. We've got some little goals for you, and there's no prize or anything, and we can talk more about materials within this game and how those all interact and play with one another here in a second. So there's no, it's not like an RPG per se where you do a quest and then you get a reward kind of deal. This is just, well, yeah, I guess you get a little experience, but there's no, I'm doing this to get new gear or anything like that. No, you're just, just kind of getting a little blurb that tells you did something. And some of them are at the beginning of the game very easy. You kind of rack them up without even trying. Others take a lot more planning and effort, and a little experience to even reasonably kind of think that you've got a good shot to make those happen. And I know it, when I first started seeing those or becoming aware of them, I was like, they're crazy. Those are ridiculously hard. I think the first one that I found and decided I didn't know how to approach it, or couldn't really just see, oh yeah, I'll just pick that up, and made me start to go, hey, maybe there's approaches to this game that I'm totally missing out on here. And that was the biomes, and that one's been around, as far as I know, from the beginning of advancements. I was so kind of unaware of them at that time that I don't know what version they were added in or anything like that, and couldn't say, oh, this was the first time. Part of me thinks they were always there, but then again, I didn't know what I was missing until they showed up. So, but of those, okay, we're back over here. Man, oh man, oh man. And it was up pretty high, right? We'd had to climb up. That's the bridge we just built. In order to even reach it. Oh, let's get all this. And that was kind of our excavating back down. And I knew it was kind of tied in around this access point, I thought, but well, that's all fortress, so I don't think it's there. I don't think, maybe we have enough, but I kind of doubt it. I don't think that's going to be very accessible. Don't really want to go for a dip in the lava. Now, was there a stairs or anything up to there? Did I miss something back this way? Go around the outside here. I don't know that this really connects. Saw the gold there, but we're going to leave it. So anyway, while I'm racking my brain and we're just kind of wandering around a little bit here. So advancements and achievements, and we'll kind of take a look at those. In fact, let's do it right now while we're kind of back on the central thing. So these are the advancements. There's a whole bunch of them, and many of you have already seen us playing through these, gathering all these up. And as you can see, there's different dimensions in the game, or there are 3 different dimensions at this time. The Nether, where we are right now, it's kind of a hellscape type environment. The End, which you access as kind of a coordinated effort through the early content of the game, and that's the home of a dragon that we slayed and can respawn, and some other critters that have cities and floating islands over a void. So dangerous, with some very good items to be had out in that distance. And then Minecraft, or the overworld, is the final dimension. And these 3 kind of all these 3 tabs kind of all take place mostly in the overworld. There's some bleed over. But yeah, so the goldish ones we've already completed. We've got a handful left, but this world is fairly well established. That's why we're doing a bigger build. We're fairly secure. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the game, we play in hardcore mode, and there are different game modes in Minecraft as well. There are creative, which is creative is really a building mode. The gameplay part of it is well, not necessarily removed. Kind of, for me, it would be the one that I play the least. Well, I don't play either of the other 2 much at all at this point, but that's just a thing. I am so perplexed at where that got to. Did we come up through here? I mean, this is all stuff that we go right underneath of. But there's quartz, and we need this. That might be hanging out over the lava too much. Oh, ow. Didn't hurt. I'm fine. So yeah, creative mode, kind of builders mode. You can have any item in the game in your inventory. Just, you get a massive list of items and can go through and call them up at will. Some big and spectacular builds are done working out of hardcore, because you just have all the materials at hand there and don't need to go around gathering them up for yourselves. Survival mode, for one thing, has monsters, and they will come after you in the dark in this environment. As we've seen, we've already had a few run-ins, dust-ups. And then we also encounter... Sorry, I'm also wondering if maybe we caught it cutting across this way, because we go down to our mine here, right? But then, didn't we have a hallway? No. No. Oh man, it has been so long since we even... Remember we did all our ancient debris mining there? So we've done all that, but that's kind of it, right? There's no more big turn-offs. So it's kind of here that I throw up my hands and go, I don't know where we lost that one that we'd started to excavate around. Here's a nice broken portal. We've been here. And it was not in a basalt delta. I'm all about big projects and working to accomplish some of these kind of things, but I'm not that much of a glutton. We're not going to dig out a bastion remnant in the midst of some of these. They're not trash blocks exactly, but they're not ones I don't know why we're wasting our time here. Let's head back. Anyway, we'll find that or another, I guess. But while we're talking through here, so again, survival mode has monsters, and there are different levels of difficulty. You can play in peaceful mode where the monsters will not attack you at all. And then I think it's easy, normal, and hard difficulty levels, and that just makes more mobs and more difficult. They get more hit points, that kind of stuff. So those all fall into the survival bucket. And in standard survival, you start out with nothing, and you have to go gather up various supplies and materials and things to build a house and all these things. All of this is stuff that we've gathered. When we started, we had nothing in that toolbar below, nothing here, and nothing anywhere. There was absolutely nothing. And you may have heard in association with Minecraft the whole idea of punching trees. That's what you start out with, because you have just a bare hand and you need to get some wood to make your first tools. So everybody ends up punching trees to start. Well, fairly early on in the game, they also incorporated a game mode called Hardcore. And it's like an Iron Man mode that a lot of people are familiar with, where you are essentially working. Man, we didn't even use our tools much there, did we? Let's go drop off some of this kind of stuff. Fortunately, we didn't use any ender chests or shulker boxes or anything either, so this is a quick sort. Sorry, aside again. With hardcore mode, if you die, you can only if we die right now, we can only come back to this world in spectator mode. And some people will save a backup before each episode and go from there. I don't do that. If I die, or if this world gets corrupted or something like that, it's over. It's done. Now, before we do an upgrade to a new version or anything like that, certainly do a backup then, just to make sure that there's no problem with the versions, or that as the world is updating, it doesn't have corruption or anything like that. But at the moment, we're pretty good. So let's leave coal. It's good to see we still have some lump coal down here. And I play the hardcore version. I don't need this box. I need this box. I play it for a number of reasons, but kind of just discovered it early on when I was first discovering Minecraft, really. Like, oh, well, there's a hardcore. And, this was at a time when I still hadn't beaten a dragon. I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to get all the way out there and do this, I want to do it with the max difficulty. I want to be able to say I did it in hardcore. So I just started playing, and I was terrible. It was early on in my experience, early on in the game. I'm guessing somewhere around 1.6-ish, maybe? I don't know. Number of it, we're now going on 1.18. So a lot of changes in the years over the years for the game. Awesome, new new levels of complexity and activity within the game, but the fundamental concept hasn't changed at all, which is, you occupy this world and you get to do what you want. You can be as competitive or combative as you care to be, and you can be as, as long as you're taking care of your security in hardcore. At this point, we don't have to really deal with a whole lot of combat. We could play fairly safe by sleeping through the nights, by having secure buildings like this. As you can probably notice, all the torches. That's to make sure that no monsters are spawning here in what's the basement of our home base area. So all those things are pretty fun to have that flexibility, and that's where Minecraft comes into the fact that in its own, and it's right, it is a sandbox game. There is no linear progression. There's no right or wrong way to do anything within it. You can play multiplayer on an SMP server. You could play mini games. There's a number of those different things that creative people have over the years said, hey, within this structure, I can do this, and it's really fun. You want to come do it, that kind of stuff. And others, like I've alluded to, that whether it's in creative mode or any of the others, build entire cities and, using shaders and mods and that kind of stuff to make eye-popping, incredible, almost, I guess there's no ifs, ands, or buts. They're works of art. They are just amazing, and you're working within this palette, and I love to do that too. I'm not as everyone here will attest, I'm not a spectacular builder, but I enjoy it, and I try to make things look good, put a little effort into them as I go. And playing hardcore, I always have the ready excuse. Oh yeah, well, we'll get to that. We gotta have functionality first. So as you can notice, we got a nice floor, but our walls and ceiling and most of that are not too standardized yet. And a big reason for that is playing in hardcore. We have to gather every single item that we're going to use, and I love that other people don't need or want to have that level of investment to get enjoyment out of the game. Since we're going back upstairs anyway, good. That got done. Now that all of our tools are repaired, we're getting the XP on our levels. We're back up to 50, and that's pretty good after we named the very first bow and hung it up as a memento. We were getting a bit short there, so yeah. So lots of gold we don't particularly need yet. And for new folks, if you're here, this is, you'll see from above, this is our base, built out of necessity. When it's early game and you don't have good supplies, everything wants to get you in the middle of the night. So if you don't have a safe place to get out of the way, you're gonna have a rough go of it. Okay. Speaking of night, it looks like it is not. Let's do these, see where this gets us. All right, so new folks, old folks, all that. Here's our look up at our area. So as you can see, when I was starting out, I didn't do anything. I dug into the ground, outlined it for some of my walls and all that as we improved it, and kind of had made a door. There is still a door down there in that little rut or canyon. And this was an initial enchanting tower that we made, which I don't think is very attractive. But this is our current project. We are making a barn, and eventually I think this will be replaced. and we'll build a whole kind of farmhouse complex kind of thing that has a nice look to it and is kind of tied together a little bit. So it's been our structure, and you can see it's not small. We kind of went all out, but we wanted to have a lot of functionality. We haven't populated it yet. I'm trying to get to that point because it's something I would very much like to do. Is get back into the animals and go gather up the animals that we need. And I think this could be close. I also think for folks who have been following along for the build, we're going to go back and remodify that little overhang. Pick that up eventually. All right. Now, not done. Like I said, we're very much going to be looking to do again, I'm not sure if it's right, but a cupola up underneath. So I don't know, that just felt a little bit blocky to me. And sadly, we can't bridge across these, so I can't just do like a half slab out. It would have to be as wide as all this. So that's about as much of a point as we can bring it to. But I didn't like the kind of weight that it had. We do have some time. We'll need a few more steps. Probably need to make some slabs, and I'll leave a few blocks as well. Okay, as I said, we're playing hardcore, so amid all our building, we have to be aware of possible threats and what those could mean to us. Yeah, I think that's a little better. The question is maybe this. Do 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 do. Not there yet. And then a little bit too much. So we could still do that and that, that and that. Let's take a look at that. Oh, and we do need to block out these two windows too. Let's do that before we go really looking, since I expect we're going to get caught in darkness here fairly quickly. So for these, X, what's going on? X, put our totem back in, keep us safe. And I think these will just, from the outside, give us a little bit more definition here. There. So what you have, big side door, kind of threshing door, would allow cross ventilation, some vents up high on both long sides of the barn, but then pretty much otherwise unmarked. And then we have kind of a hay door spot, and I think we're going to make this top one decorative and incorporate some kind of a design or something up into that area. And we'll check on other materials and things like that that kind of go with the theme and fit in eventually. I like the overhang more now. I think that's a little more typical of the barns. It does get fairly well out there, but kind of universal among the barns that I've seen, and the images I've compared to, and just what I kind of saw as I was out on a road trip this year, and kind of got inspired by these. Like, oh yeah, this would be good stuff. We've got all these animals and these fields and everything, so why don't we have a big barn? So yeah, now our day is still. It's amazing how all of a sudden we have all the time in the world when we're not in a big rush. I think my bed is right in the ender chest. That sound right? Yep. Okay, we got those. Pick those up. Get those, and then just, do we really use perfect amount of stairs? Wasn't there one on the floor? Didn't we just pick that up? Oh, maybe I used it again on that little edge, right? Yeah. So up top here, we're going to have to do something with that. You can invert stairs to line a ceiling and kind of give it the same staggered, so it's not those hard edges. And we've talked a little bit about that in the building process for the folks that have been around, that we may use some of this wood, like we have on the floor, up in the top, kind of underlay it. We could do the quartz as well, and just kind of make it, hey, the roof, there wasn't any dual layer or anything like that, but that would be a pretty massive gathering project. I am glad to have this roof on, though. Oh, now. I've never had a really good grasp on how many of these there are. Oh, and that's not even the edge. So let's count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. All right, so 44. Let's just not forget that. Come down here and have a good sleep. 44, which means 22, because for all of us math geniuses, not myself included, that would be halfway, and we want to build out from there. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And, oh, goodness gracious. Those go so fast. All right, there's 4. And I think we're going to do that. And we'll then do this. I guess, oh, well, no, I don't know that we do. Let's go make some more supplies. I'm going to go back down. We're going to check time as well. Oh, this is this is miserable. Get in the thing. All right. While we're on here, we're at 41. Maybe we can get this cranked out. I didn't go down far enough. What did we need again? It's probably smooth stone, right? Slabs? Slever? Okay, cobblestone and a stick. Cobblestone and a stick. We want 4. No. Yes. That's more than enough, but we'll try to, excuse me, make do. Now we may still end up going up one more level. If anybody's anticipating what I'm trying to do here, because I don't want them to get lost in the side of the, or the roof of the barn. And this would, I guess we could go corners like that now. You know, think about that. And of course, I thought about it. I was like, you know, we could just bring the sticks and the cobble and have them in case we need them. But did I? Nope. No, I did not. And we should still be good. We just need 4 of those. I'm not going to remember how I set all these when I was making it happen. Can look there. So the what did I? You've got to be kidding me. I'm not going up and down there again. Did I really not make those? Okay, let's try this. Seriously, what did I do with... No. Okay, let's try it that way. Okay, that's good. And then there. Looks like we can do these just like that. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Can I... Let's experiment here. Please, 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 please. That. Thank you. Oh, that would have been another brutal deal. Okay, well, we're not quite there yet, but we're getting it. Let's leave everything else. We gotta go one more time down. At least one more. See from there. But I think we've kind of so I did put those there. At least we don't have to craft more. Is there anything else that I'm... yeah, we want lightning rod, and we'll actually take some of these as well. Don't know how all that will play out exactly, but I've got some hopes. Alright. Oh. Boop. Oh, need to make 4 more of these. Oh. 4 more of those. And then... Okay. Operation Ventilated Cupola is done. And now we just need to do up our little roof. And I think we'll not try to do anything too fancy here. Just a nice little bit 4. Will 8 do it? Of course, it's getting to be. That kind of time. Don't roll out of bed up here, huh? That. Put in that. And I think one of the real challenges here is going to be we don't have a central point. That was kind of a mistake. One thing I want to do though is options. Fast. Done. Done. Back to game. Okay, so clouds are going to the west. I don't think this is going to work out the way we want it to, but let's see. So we could do that. And we'll have to build our way back up out here, I guess. From that, we could maybe do just a bit of an overhang. We need more slabs, but I think that would be well worth. Oh, that's going to be problematic. Okay. There's all that. Don't think we have any more crafting to do, but now we see if any of this will still work. And I'm kind of doubtful. Oh, so that will these? Yes. Okay. Can we? We can. So here's what I'm thinking. That's odd. Uh, huh. Nope. That won't do. I really wanted to make a Weathervane. And that was why I put the clouds. I was going to have it swung in that direction to indicate the wind from the distance. But I don't know. That we could really square that. So maybe what we'll just do. I don't know. I don't know if doubling that up would be better or worse. Something like that. Let's go take a look. And I think we can get rid of that. We'll need the back one for more access. For a moment at least, but maybe we're done here. We're also probably right up on the end of the episode. Not a shock to anybody. And let's trim that a bit. How about like that? All right, any more debris? See, we got that block over there. Don't need that. That block. If we do change it, well, no, I should have. Something here. Oh, wait, we can go. Oh, now we can't. All right, ow. Oh. Let's hope we like it. I think we needed to go that tall for the distance, for the lightning rods to stand out at all. Sadly, in contrast, in real life, lightning rods don't need to be that big, so they don't really stand up. But there we have it, guys. I am really happy. Oh, my bees. Can we use the bees to just get a nice little vantage here? Oh, it looks so awesome. Let's get our sword in our hand. glory. Oh, wait. Oh, gotta make sure. Think if I'm right there. Oh, yeah. Good stuff, huh? Cheese. And I don't mind the double lightning rods. It may get us some spectacular storm watching at some point. If and when we ever get storms again. Now, all right, let's get that done. Clean these up, guys. I didn't expect we'd be done. I really thought we would find the Bastion Remnant and spend a lot more time putzing around there, and not even get back to the building. But this is working out well, and we are just at an hour. I do want to get back inside. We'll maybe leave the clouds on for a bit. I don't like the clouds when we are flying. They're scary and laggy a little bit more, and we'll see what the performance does as we're working on it. Did I close this gate? I did. Oh, awesome. Oh, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I know it's been a little tedious, a little light on the captivating excitement, but there we go. A little shelf area. So we're going to put that, these, try to keep those separate, and that. The rest of this can all go here. Oh, and the lightning rods. Woo-wee. So much good. All right, well, we are long already, so we'll figure it out the next time from there. But I really hope I've given you guys some enjoyment here as we made a big barn. And we'll, like I said, we want to get to the animals pretty quickly, but we will be mixing it back up. I know, not everybody... Not everybody has the patience to play hardcore and build in the same worlds. Some people think that's a little nuts. I happen to enjoy it, and I like the challenge and the tenuous grasp. Yeah, if you make the mistake, you lose it all. But this has been a really fun build, and now we get to fill it all up and do the fun part, which is the finishing touches that make it look lived in and realistic, and a little more realistic. So. We'll do all that. We'll figure out uses for these rooms downstairs. We'll figure out which animals are going to go where. Play around with goats a little bit to see if we can keep them contained in our little barn. We'll see. Never tried that, but stay tuned. It's going to be a blast, and I really can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out. Hope you're enjoying. Likes and comments, always appreciated, but just being here and checking these out is really nice for me. So enjoy. Bye now.